Well, hello, hello. Happy Thursday, and welcome to Elegant Sentiments today. I'm Cheryl, the owner of Elegant Sentiments, and this is our weekly card share number 104. And this week I'm going to be sharing products, actually, a project that I made using one of the embossing folders from the A Year in Bloom embossing folder set. This is a set of 12 embossing folders, one for every month. And so I'm going to be using one of these folders. And let me show you. I don't know if I've ever actually shown all of the 2026 folders. I know that I did for 2025, but just to give you a peek at what these are really beautiful 3D embossing folders. This is the one for January. And here is February. It's the Iris. And these are all really deep embossing folders. I intended to do samples, but I forgot. And then March is not here. I'll show you March in a second because I'm going to be using that for the project today. And here's one for April. It's got daisies on it. And for May, it is the Hawthorn. Oh, these are beautiful, beautiful detail on these. For June, it's the Petal Rose. I like that. It looks like it's got kind of ginkgo leaves behind there too. Really pretty. For July, it is the Sunflower. And for August, it's the Hydrangea. For September, we've got the Zinnia. October is the Aster. November is the Peony. And then December is the poinsettia. So those are all, there's 11 of the 12 embossing folders. I'll show you the March one in a second because it's the one that we're going to use for today's project. And I'm also going to be using these products. I have the layered butterfly from Lisa Horton Crafts, the craft dies. And then here is the March embossing folder that I'm going to be using, and it's called Spring Flowers. And for my sentiment, I had hot foiled in my stash sentiments from this Spellbinder set, You Are Everything sentiments. So those are the sentiments that I chose from. And the sample card that I made, let me pull it out here, is this one. So I embossed it, or embossed the folder onto A2 size panel, and then I used some ice gold metallic wax on it, and I die cut my butterfly, and I waxed one of the set of the wings, and then I have my sentiment, and then I embossed the envelope to, let me see if I can get that. Yeah, so I embossed the envelope flap to match the card. And I just think it's a really, really easy card, but just sweet and pretty. So we'll go ahead and get started. I didn't get all of my homework done, so I'm going to be doing some die cutting as part of the session this evening. But this is the die cut pan, or the emboss panel. I've already embossed it using that 3D embossing panel, and then I'm going to add some of the metallic wax to it. This one is ice white gold. So as you saw in the sample, it has undertone of gold on this white, and I'm just going to use my finger and just rub that all over the front of this panel, and it gives it a nice pretty shine. And I'm going to actually go all the way into the panel with this metallic wax. Waxes are a really easy way to add nice color and shine. And in this instance, I didn't want a whole lot of color, but I wanted that shine. And so this works out as a perfect solution for the look I was trying to achieve. I think this comes in, it comes in several different colors. I know there's a purple and a pink and a green in this set of waxes. I didn't pull all of them out, but this is the one that I wanted for this card. I love the shine that it adds to the card, and super easy. A little messy because you got to put your fingers in there, but that's okay because it's all water soluble, so it's very easy to come off your fingers. And just going working my way all the way around my card, getting that color everywhere. Looks like I missed a little bit in the corner over here. And I think I got everything. Looks pretty well covered. I know you can't really tell, but you can kind of see that gold undertone on that white. So it's really very pretty in person. So that is all that we need to do for the base of our card front. Let me get some water and clean up here a little bit. Oops. Clean my fingers too. Oh, hi, Lorraine. How are you? Yeah, these the waxes are great, aren't they? I just love them, and it looks so pretty. I've never done the tone on tone with the waxes, so I really like this one. So the layered butterfly die, it's actually all one piece. So I've got a couple of I've got some what do you call this, colored vellum here that I'm going to die cut. And so let me do that. I'm going to cut both pieces in both the cardstock and the vellum for my butterfly, and I'm doing that off camera here. Let me like this. And I'll take this out and I'll do the same thing with the cardstock. This is the cardstock. Oops. Let me bring this over here. The cardstock is a piece of card from, I think this is from the summer. Let me look real quick. Yeah, this is no, is that right? I think it's summer. I don't think it's pastel. No, it's a summer. So it's one of the, or maybe vintage. I'm getting my card colors. I got so many card colors that when I bought this cardstock, and no, I think it is from the summer set of cards, but I'm going to die cut it out of, this is just a little gold tone yellowy vellum that I'm going to be using. I won't need all the pieces. I'll have enough to make another butterfly. I'll just have to make it a little bit differently, backwards from what I'm doing, but just for ease, I just cut out both pieces twice. Get these off of my plate here, and then we'll do it, die cut it a second time. And I'm going to take this down because I don't have much wiggle room on that part. Okay, and then I'm going to run this through my die cut machine over here. And then we'll have all the pieces to put our butterfly together. Really easy to do. Okay. So let me get all my pieces out here. Go ahead and stick this back over with my packaging so I don't lose it. Same with this piece. Gotta make sure I don't have any. Got a couple pieces stuck in there. Let me get those out. Okay, I'm gonna move this over and then gather up these other little pieces. Here, oops. Did I miss? I did. I missed part of my butterfly. How did I do that? Well, I'm gonna take my scissors and trim that. I don't know how I did that. Guess it was not on a, there. Try not to tear his little body. There we go. There's his body. I want this wing. So get all these pieces off and then we'll start putting it together because a lot of these pieces I'm not going to need. There we go. Put this in my bin and get this stuff out of the way. Okay. So now we get to do puzzle pieces, and you know how I am with puzzle pieces. So this is always an adventure. So I'm going to need the two biggest pieces for the outside. I'm going to do it just plain. I'm going to leave those plain. And then these pieces will fit on like this. And I'm going to add some, a little bit of the ice gold metallic wax onto those. And then I'm going to use the vellum for the inner part of the wings. So let me get these, get them all lined out. And we'll go there. And this one will go over here. And then we need the butterfly body. And what else do I need? I think that is it. Yeah, so that's all I need. And then these parts, I'm going to keep these and I can make one that goes the opposite direction using these other pieces. And then you get two little extra butterflies, which are cute, but I just don't need them for what I'm planning to do. So we'll move these out of the way and stick them in my little bin of extra bits. Okay. And don't need these little butterflies either. Okay. So, all right. So now all we just have to do is I'm going to put some metallic wax. Again, this is the ice gold metallic wax that I'm using. And I'm just going to wax up my butterfly body so it'll have a nice little shimmer on its body. Oops. Didn't intend to bend the antenna. And then for the middle wings, I'm going to put some wax over these, the edges really of the wings. You don't have to go all the way down on that part. Just cover it far enough so that wherever the little vellum doesn't cover. And I'll probably just go ahead and do the whole thing. Why not? But you don't have to. So just making sure I got a nice, so that that wing has shine and it'll separate it from the other wing. So you got different tones on the wing. And do the same thing here, just adding some metallic wax. Really easy to do. And it makes such a pretty card in the end. Okay. Cover that again. So those are all of our pieces waxed up, and I'm going to clean off this area. Well, I don't know what the temperature is today, but it is toasty in my craft room right now, I'll tell you that. It's almost time to, it's warm enough today that I need to turn on the air conditioner, I think. But I didn't do that. I hate to do it this early in the year, but when you need it, you need it. Okay, so get that out of the way. So now all I really need to do is just start putting these pieces together to form my butterfly. And I'm trying to remember what I did when I did this. I think I ended up, I glued these pieces together separately, just by adding just a little touch of glue and just barely overlapping them, just enough to have them fit. And then for the middle pieces, I added a foam square underneath the wing, and I put, oops, I don't want to glue that to my board. I got to keep that moving. And so I added a foam square underneath the wing, so it'll pop it up just a little bit. And then I put glue towards the base. So I'll just do that again. Let me pull these out. I'll just do that again for this one. And then I'll put a little bit of glue on this part of the wing, because I want to kind of keep it lifted up. I don't want it down flat. So get these little backing off. And add this down. And that's the little second layer. And that color, adding that wax, makes it add a little different tone to the ink in their coloring. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. We'll add a couple pieces of foam on here. Oops. You can add more if you want, but I think 2 is fine. And then add a teeny bit of glue to this part and stick it down. 1, 2, oops, did I take that? No, I didn't take those off, did I? Nope. Gonna need these off. Well, doesn't really have to be off, but okay. So there we go. And so there's the core part, and then we'll add the vellum. And I like this vellum because it allowed me to actually put glue on there on the back, but it doesn't really show through, which is kind of nice. So we'll add our other little fluttery wings. And I kind of pinch these a little bit just to make it stick up some. So get it on there the right way. And more glue. Get it on there the right way. Pinch it a little bit. And we'll do the same thing with the bottom portion. Just stick it down there. And kind of pinch it up a little. And the last little wing goes in. And pinch it. Okay, we'll give that a second or so to adhere. And then we'll add our body to our butterfly. And I just added some glue, and I didn't put any glue on the antenna, just on his body. And we'll just stick it down there in the middle. Hold it for a second or two to let it grab. And then we've got our beautiful little butterfly. He's so pretty. And so now I want to add my base layer to my card base. So this is the one that we put the little wax on. Let's see, I think we should be got a pretty good fit, no trimming. So I'll go ahead and as soon as I find my tape, we'll add some tape to the back and put it on the card front. So this one is really a really quick and easy one to do. And it just turns out so pretty. And this, I think you could do this for any occasion. I think it would be really pretty as a wedding card or anything. Because it's so pretty, just change out your sentiment and you're good to go. Okay, so there is our card front without the butterfly. And then let me see, I've got several of the sentiments from that set. And let's see, which one do we want to use? I think I pulled these two out. I've got another birthday one that says happy birthday, or I've got thanks for everything. I kind of like the thanks. Let's see. Well, let me put the butterfly down there and then decide, because I do want to pop up that sentiment. I don't know. Or do I just want to do birthday? Maybe I'll do some. I need a lot more birthday cards than I do thank you cards, but let's see. Yeah, I think I like the happy birthday only because it's just a It's a teeny bit more delicate. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. So I need to find my strips for my sentiment. I've got some in here somewhere. Here we go. So I've got some foam strips that I'm going to add to the back of this, or I could do, I'll do foam strips because the sentiment is thin in some places. This will be easier, I think. Whoops, I just lost my phone. I'll do it like this. And I'll add, let's see, I think I'll go this way on this one. Just get enough so that it won't buckle if I end up mailing it, which I might. And over here, I'll do these two. And I don't know if this little piece over here, I don't think this is thin enough. This is too thick. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry with that. I'm just going to take my, oh, maybe I'll put one right here. Take my chances, I think, with that end piece and hope for the best. So I'm going to take off this backing. Maybe I can get it off without taking up the, I don't know why I have such time with this particular tape. Maybe because it's El Cheapo brand. You get what you pay for, huh? But it fits the bill and it sticks really well. But it doesn't come up particularly easy some of the time. Okay. Oh, I brought the whole piece up. Didn't mean to do that. Now, did I move it up too high? No, I'm okay. Thought I moved it up too high for a second there. Well, come on off of there. You're just determined to be your own little independent. Now come off. There. And two more little pieces here. And one more. Ah, I pulled the whole piece up. No. Go back, go back. There we go. All right. Get all these little teeny bits out of the way. And I'll add this on. I want to make sure that I get it on straight though. That's the main thing. Let's see. Is that straight? Do I need to move it over a little bit? Yeah, because I kind of want it in that frame. Is that good? Or okay, that looks, make sure that's straight. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we're committing. And then all we need to do now is add some glue and put a couple of gems on the antenna. And this one will be done. Real quick and easy card using the 2026. Let's see. I think I'm going to angle that about like that. And give a little press. The 2026 year in bloom. And it'll take a little longer for the glue to adhere to the wax, but it will adhere. So I'm just kind of sticking this down there in between to help it get started. Okay, and then the last thing I need to do is add my little gold pearls to my butterfly. And this one will be done. So let me pull them out. Oops. And well, I got more of them on my finger than I got on the little card. Okay, so I just need to, I think I'll put just a teeny little dab of glue, since this is so small, just to make sure these don't decide to pop off later. Okay. Put one here. Oops. Okay, let me turn this so I can see it. There we go. Well, almost. There we go. It's on my finger and not on the Sheryl. Maybe I didn't need the glue after all. Well, let's see. There. Okay. Yeah, maybe that one just didn't have any sticky on its back. We'll put this one down. Hold that antenna over there. Oh. There we go. Got a little piece of something right there. Okay, so that is today's card. I'm trying to hold that. It's hard to see in this light. There, you get a better look at the sentiment and the card, and then you could see the gold undertone on that wax. And that is today's card. I hope that you like it. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and let me know. I thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have a fantastic week. I will be blogging next week on Wednesday at my blog, elegantsentiments.com. And I'm planning to post something on Friday on my Facebook page, Elegant Sentiments Limited. So if you could subscribe and like me everywhere, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Lorraine. I appreciate you. I hope you have a beautiful Easter too. And we will see you next week. Have a great week. Bye for now.